Hi, everyone. The 2025 Senatorial Elections are just around the corner, and everyone's talking about the race for the Magic 12, the 12 spots that could change the Senate. In today's vlog, we'll take a look at the top candidates fighting for a place in the Magic 12, from experienced politicians to new faces. Top 12. Arlene Brosas. Full name, Arlene D. Brosas. 50 years old. Birth date, October 30th, 1975. Birthplace, Quezon City, Philippines. Educational background, Bachelor of Arts in Philippine Studies, University of the Philippines Diliman. Former professor at UP Baguio and UP Manila, teaching Philippine literature, humanities, and science, technology, and society. Political experience, representative of Gabriela Women's Party List in the 18th and 19th Congress. Served as Assistant Minority Leader in the House of Representatives. Advocacy, women's rights, supports laws protecting women from abuse and discrimination, workers' rights, fights for secure jobs, fair wages, and an end to contractualization. LGBTQ rights, pushes for equality and protection against discrimination. Farmers and food security, advocates for policies to support local farmers and boost rice production. Human rights and press freedom, opposes laws that suppress dissent and supports media freedom. Social welfare, champions benefits for solo parents, daycare workers, and vulnerable communities. Climate justice, calls for stronger environmental protection policies. Why we need Arlene Brosas as senator? Arlene Brosas is a strong voice for ordinary Filipinos. She stands for fair wages, women's rights, and social justice. With her experience and dedication, she will continue fighting for a better future for all. Top 11. Leody D. Guzman. Full name, Gregorio Leody Quitain D. Guzman, 65 years old. Birth date, July 25th, 1959. Birthplace, Najan, Oriental Mindoro, Philippines. Educational background, Bachelor of Science in Customs Administration, Philippine Maritime Institute. Worked at Reese Philippines Inc., a leather gloves factory, to support his family. Political experience, Chairperson of Baclaran Ang Manggagawang Pilipino BMP, a progressive labor organization. 2022 presidential candidate, running on a pro-labor, socialist platform. Long-time labor leader and activist advocating for workers' rights. Advocacy, workers' rights, fights for fair wages, secure jobs, and an end to contractualization. Social justice, supports wealth tax for the rich and better benefits for the poor. Agrarian reform, pushes for land distribution and support for farmers. Economic reforms, advocates for stronger local industries and reduced reliance on foreign corporations. Human rights and democracy, opposes political repression and corruption. Environmental protection, calls for sustainable development and climate justice. Why we need Leody D. Guzman as senator. Leody D. Guzman is a dedicated labor leader who has spent decades fighting for workers and the marginalized. His pro-people policies prioritize fair wages, social justice, and economic reforms. As senator, he will push for a government that truly serves the working class and the poor. Top 10. Heidi Mendoza. Full name, Heidi Los Mendoza, 62 years old. Birth date, November 3, 1962. Birthplace, Tayabas, Quezon, Philippines. Educational background, Bachelor of Science in Accountancy, Sacred Heart College, Lucena City, 1983. Certified Public Accountant CPA, 1984. Master of Public Administration, University of the Philippines Diliman, National College of Public Administration and Governance. Master in National Security Administration, National Defense College of the Philippines. Political and professional experience, former Commissioner, Commission on Audit CAWA 2011 to 2015. Former Undersecretary General for the United Nations Office of Internal Oversight Services, RIS. Anti-corruption advocate known for exposing corruption in the military. Extensive experience in auditing, financial oversight, and public administration. Advocacy, good governance. Public finance reform. Pushes for better financial management and audit systems, social welfare, supports responsible use of public funds for education, healthcare, and poverty alleviation. Human rights, stands for ethical governance and protecting whistleblowers. Why we need Heidi Mendoza as senator. Heidi Mendoza's expertise in auditing and her fearless stance against corruption make her a strong asset in the Senate. Her background in financial oversight ensures that public funds are used properly, benefiting essential services like education, healthcare, and social programs. With her track record of integrity, she can lead reforms to strengthen transparency, accountability, and good governance in the country. Top 9. Teodoro Casiño. Full name, Teodoro Teddy Casiño Acevedo, 56 years old. Birth date, November 15, 1968. Birthplace, Davao City, Philippines. Educational background, initially pursued agriculture at University of the Philippines Los Baños UPLB but shifted to sociology. Editor-in-Chief of the UPLB Perspective 1989 to 1991. National President of the College Editors Guild of the Philippines CEGP 1991. Bachelor of Arts in Sociology, UPLB 1993. His thesis studied the impact of church activism on rural communities in Pamplona, Cagayan Valley. Political experience, Representative, Bayan Muna Party List 2004 to 2013. Served as Deputy Minority Leader in the House of Representatives, Chairperson of Bagong Alyansa Makabayan Bayan. Led the second impeachment complaint against Vice President Sara Duterte December 4, 2024, citing betrayal of public trust over alleged misuse of confidential funds. Advocacy, workers' rights, supports wage increases and ending contractualization, social services, pushes for free healthcare, education, and lower utility rates. Human rights, fights against political repression and red tagging, agrarian reform. Advocates for land distribution and support for farmers. Consumer protection, opposes excessive oil price hikes and privatization of basic services. Environmental protection, promotes sustainable development and climate justice. Why we need Teodoro Casiño as senator. Teddy Casiño has a strong track record of fighting for workers, farmers, and ordinary Filipinos. His experience in legislation and activism makes him a champion of social justice, human rights, and economic reforms. Electing him to the Senate ensures that the voices of marginalized sectors are heard and represented in policymaking. Top 8. Ariel Querubin. Full name: Ariel Porfirio Oliva Querubin, 69 years old. Birth date: March 28, 1956. Birthplace: Dagupan, Pangasinan, Philippines. Educational background: Philippine Military Academy PMA Macadarangan class of 1979. Attended various military and leadership training programs in the Philippines and abroad. Military and political experience: retired Brigadier General of the Philippine Marine Corps. Recipient of the Medal of Valor, the Philippines' highest military award for gallantry in action. One of the most highly decorated soldiers in Philippine military history. Held various key military positions before retiring in 2010. Known for his anti-corruption stance within the military and advocacy for reforms. Advocacy and key platforms: national security and defense. Advocates for modernizing the armed forces and strengthening national defense strategies. Veterans and soldiers' welfare, pushing for better benefits, pensions, and medical assistance for uniformed personnel. Peace and order, supporting stronger policies against insurgency, terrorism, and criminality. Anti-corruption and good governance, promoting transparency, accountability, and reforms in both the military and government. Disaster preparedness and response, improving disaster management policies to ensure swift and efficient government action. Why we need Ariel Querubin in the Senate? Ariel Querubin's leadership, discipline, and bravery make him a strong and capable lawmaker. His first-hand experience in national security and governance reforms is crucial in crafting policies that enhance peace, security, and stability in the Philippines. As a Medal of Valor awardee and a respected military officer, he embodies integrity, patriotism, and dedication to public service. His advocacy for soldiers' welfare, anti-corruption, and disaster resilience ensures that the country moves toward a safer and more transparent governance. Top 7. Gregorio Honasan. Full name: Gregorio Ballesteros Honasan II, 77 years old. Birth date: March 14, 1948. Birthplace: Baguio City, Philippines. Educational background: Philippine Military Academy PMA Matade class of 1971 top graduate. Further military training in various local and international institutions. Military and political experience: former colonel, Philippine Army cashiered. Key figure in the 1986 EDSA revolution that ended the Marcos regime. Leader of coup attempts against President Corazon Aquino 1987 to 1989. Granted amnesty by President Fidel Ramos in 1992. Senator of the Philippines 1995 to 2004, 2007 to 2019. Vice presidential candidate in 2016, running mate of Jejomar Binay. Secretary, Department of Information and Communications Technology DICT 2019 to 2022. Advocacy and key platforms: national security and defense, strengthening military capabilities, counterinsurgency, and sovereignty protection, cybersecurity and digital innovation, advocating ICT infrastructure development, data privacy, and digital governance, peace and order, enhancing anti-crime programs and law enforcement strategies, disaster preparedness and climate resilience, improving government response to natural calamities, education and youth development, supporting leadership training scholarships and national service programs. Why we need Gregorio Honasan in the Senate? Gregorio Gringo Honasan is a battle-hardened leader with a unique blend of military discipline and legislative experience. His role in shaping national security policies, digital transformation, and disaster preparedness makes him a valuable asset in the Senate. With his strong stance on peace, order, and governance reforms, he is well-equipped to tackle modern challenges, from cybersecurity threats to national stability. His leadership, resilience, and experience ensure that the country continues to progress while upholding its sovereignty and security. Top 6. Franz Castro. Full name: Francisca Franz Lustina Castro. 58 years old. Birth date: May 24, 1966. Birthplace: Tagudan, Ilocos Sur, Philippines. Educational background: Bachelor of Secondary Education BSc in Mathematics, Philippine Normal University cum laude. Member of the League of Filipino Students during college. Political and advocacy experience: Representative, ACT Teachers Party List 17th, 18th, and 19th Congress. House Deputy Minority Leader since 2022. Former Secretary General, Alliance of Concerned Teachers CT. Prominent advocate for teachers' welfare, salary increases, and labor rights. One of the complainants in the second impeachment case against Vice President Sara Duterte December 2024. Advocacy and key platforms: education reform, fighting for higher salaries, tenure security, better school facilities, and free quality education. Workers' rights, advocating for job security, fair wages, and protection of contractual workers. Human rights and good governance, defending civil liberties, pushing for government transparency, and opposing red tagging. Social services and welfare, strengthening healthcare, housing, and social programs for the poor and marginalized. Peace and justice, promoting democratic rights, defending activists, and ensuring accountability in government. Why we need Franz Castro in the Senate? Franz Castro is a dedicated educator, fearless activist, and principled lawmaker who has spent her career fighting for the rights of teachers, workers, and the underprivileged. Her grassroots leadership and first-hand experience with public education and labor struggles make her an effective advocate for policies that uplift working-class Filipinos. With her in the Senate, she will push for progressive reforms in education, labor, human rights, and social welfare, ensuring a government that serves the people, not just the elite. Top 5. Sonny Matula. Full name: Jose Sonny Gito Matula, 59 years old. Birth date: January 21, 1965. Birthplace: Sultan sa Barangas, Cotabato. Educational background: Bachelor's degree in Political Science, Mindanao State University. Law degree, Manuel L. Quezon University. Member of the Philippine Bar. Political and advocacy experience: President, Federation of Free Workers FFW, a national labor federation advocating workers' rights and welfare. Labor leader and human rights advocate, defending workers from unfair labor practices and pushing for just wages. Senatorial candidate in 2019 and 2022 under the labor sector banner. Member, National Tripartite Industrial Peace Council, representing labor in policymaking discussions with the government and employers. Legal counsel for various labor cases, advocating for workers' rights, job security, and fair treatment. Advocacy and key platforms, workers' rights and fair wages, advocating for higher minimum wages, protection from contractualization, and better job security. Social protection, strengthening social security, healthcare benefits, and retirement programs for workers. Human rights and good governance, defending democratic freedoms, ensuring government accountability, and opposing corruption. Economic justice, pushing for pro-labor economic policies that prioritize workers' welfare and job creation. Education and training, supporting programs that enhance workers' skills, education, and access to better employment opportunities. Why we need Sonny Matula in the Senate? Sonny Matula is a dedicated labor leader and lawyer who has spent decades championing workers' rights, fighting for fair wages, and advocating for economic justice. Coming from humble beginnings working as a newsboy while studying, he understands the struggles of ordinary Filipinos and has committed his career to uplifting workers and marginalized sectors. His experience in representing labor interests in policymaking bodies and in the courts makes him a strong voice for the working class in the Senate. If elected, he will push for laws that ensure fair treatment, job security, and improved living conditions for all Filipino workers, strengthening social justice and economic equality in the country. Top 4. Luke Espiritu. Full name: Bernicio Luke Santos Espiritu Jr. 50 years old. Birth date: October 18, 1974. Birthplace: Bacolod, Negros Occidental, Philippines. Educational background: Bachelor of Arts in Communication Arts, Ateneo de Manila University. Doctor of Jurisprudence, Ateneo de Manila University. Political and advocacy experience: President, Bukluran ng Manggagawang Pilipino BNP, a socialist labor group advocating for workers' rights and economic justice. Board of Trustees member, Freedom from Debt Coalition, advocating for economic reforms and responsible fiscal policies. Labor lawyer and human rights advocate, defending workers' rights and fighting against unfair labor practices. Senatorial candidate in 2022 under the Labor Win Coalition. Legal counsel for labor unions and workers' groups, representing employees in disputes against corporations and government institutions. Outspoken critic of corruption, dynasties, and authoritarianism. Advocacy and key platforms: workers' rights and fair wages, advocating for a national minimum wage, an end to contractualization, and better labor protections. Social justice and economic reform, pushing for wealth redistribution, higher taxes on the ultra-rich, and pro-worker policies. Human rights and good governance, defending freedom of speech, press freedom, and civil liberties. Education and social services, ensuring free and quality education, public health care, and stronger social protections for Filipinos. debt and economic policy reform, advocating for policies that prioritize social spending over excessive debt servicing, climate justice, promoting policies that address climate change while protecting workers' livelihoods. Why we need Luke Espiritu in the Senate? Luke Espiritu is a fearless labor leader, lawyer, and social justice advocate who has spent his career fighting for workers' rights, democratic freedoms, and economic reforms, a bold and articulate critic of corrupt political dynasties and exploitative labor policies. He stands for progressive change that prioritizes the Filipino working class. If elected, he will be a strong voice in the Senate for economic justice, fair labor laws, and good governance, ensuring that policymaking serves the people, not the elite. Top 3. Benhur Abalos. Full name: Benjamin Benhur de Castro Abalos Jr., 61 years old, birth date July 19, 1962, birthplace Mandaluyong, Philippines. Educational background: Bachelor of Arts in History and Political Science, De La Salle University 1982. Bachelor of Laws, Ateneo de Manila University 1987. Admitted to the bar 1988. Political and government experience: Secretary of the Interior and Local Government 2022 to 2024, led efforts in peace and order, local governance reforms, and anti-drug campaigns. Chairman, Metropolitan Manila Development Authority MMD 2021 to 2022, managed urban planning, traffic management, and disaster response in Metro Manila. Mayor of Mandaluyong 1998 to 2004, 2007 to 2016, spearheaded economic growth, social programs, and infrastructure development in the city. Representative, Lone District of Mandaluyong 2004 to 2007, advocated for urban development and local governance policies. Councilor, Mandaluyong 1995 to 1998, early experience in legislation and public service. President, League of Cities of the Philippines, represented city mayors and championed local autonomy. Advocacy and key platforms: public safety and local governance, strengthening law enforcement, disaster preparedness, and community-based peace initiatives. Urban development and traffic management, promoting efficient transport systems and infrastructure projects. Economic growth and livelihood programs, supporting MSMEs, job creation, and digital economy initiatives. Health and social services, expanding access to quality healthcare and social welfare programs, anti-corruption, and good governance, advocating for transparency and accountability in government. Drug prevention and rehabilitation, implementing humane and community-based approaches to address drug-related issues. Why we need Benhur Abalos in the Senate. Benhur Abalos brings decades of experience in local governance, urban planning, and public safety, making him a strong advocate for effective governance, economic development, and social welfare. With a track record of implementing key reforms in Metro Manila and beyond, he has the expertise to push for policies that will improve livelihoods, public safety, and infrastructure nationwide. If elected, he will be a dynamic force in the Senate, ensuring that national policies prioritize grassroots communities and sustainable progress. Top 2. Francis Pangilinan. Full name, Francis Pancratius Nepomuceno Pangilinan, 61 years old. Birth date, August 24, 1963. Birthplace, Manila, Philippines. Educational background, Bachelor of Arts in English Comparative Literature, University of the Philippines Diliman. Bachelor of Laws, University of the Philippines College of Law. Master of Public Administration, Harvard Kennedy School. Political and government experience, Senator of the Philippines 2001 to 2013, 2016 to 2022. Focused on agriculture, food security, justice, and youth development. Senate Majority Leader 2004 to 2008, led legislative efforts for governance reforms. Presidential Assistant for Food Security and Agricultural Modernization 2014 to 2015, implemented agricultural reforms under President Benigno Aquino III. Quezon City Councilor 1988 to 1992, focused on local government policies and youth empowerment. Vice Presidential Candidate 2022, ran under the Liberal Party as Leni Robredo's running mate. Advocacy and key platforms, agriculture and food security, strengthening support for farmers and fisherfolk, ensuring food self-sufficiency, youth and education, expanding access to quality education and student welfare programs, justice and human rights, promoting judicial reforms, legal aid and civil liberties, good governance and anti-corruption, advocating for transparency, accountability, and ethical leadership, environmental protection, implementing policies for sustainable farming and disaster resilience. Why we need Francis Pangilinan in the Senate? Francis Kiko Pangilinan is a veteran legislator, lawyer, and agriculture advocate with a strong record of championing farmers' rights, food security, and governance reforms. His experience in policymaking and grassroots engagement makes him a principled and effective leader. If re-elected, he aims to continue pushing for economic growth, social justice, and sustainable agriculture to uplift the lives of Filipinos. Top 1. Panfilo Lacson. Full name, Panfilo Moreno Lacson Sr., 76 years old. Birth date, June 1st, 1948. Birthplace, Imus, Cavite. Educational background, Bachelor of Science, Philippine Military Academy 1971. Political and government experience, Senator of the Philippines 2001 to 2013, 2016 to 2022. Focused on anti-corruption, national security, and disaster preparedness. Chief, Philippine National Police 1999 to 2001, instituted major reforms and anti-corruption measures. Presidential Assistant for Rehabilitation and Recovery 2013 to 2015, led post-Typhoon Yolanda rehabilitation efforts. Presidential Candidate 2004, 2022, ran on platforms of anti-corruption and good governance. Advocacy and key platforms, anti-corruption and good governance, advocating for transparency, efficiency, and accountability in government. National security and public safety, strengthening law enforcement and crime prevention efforts, disaster preparedness and rehabilitation, enhancing the country's disaster response and recovery programs, public infrastructure and development, ensuring government funds are spent efficiently on essential projects, food security and agricultural development, supporting farmers and fisherfolk for sustainable food production. Why we need Panfilo Lacson in the Senate? Panfilo Ping Lacson is a battle-tested leader, law enforcer, and public servant known for his anti-corruption stance, law enforcement expertise, and crisis management skills. His no-nonsense leadership and commitment to clean governance make him a strong advocate for transparency, national security, and disaster preparedness. If re-elected, he aims to continue pushing for crime prevention, government efficiency, and policies that benefit ordinary Filipinos. Thank you so much for tuning in. We truly appreciate your support. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You're all incredible. May God bless you, keep you safe, and take care. Cheers. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know where you're watching from by dropping your location in the comments below. Be sure to check out our other videos and share them with your friends. Stay safe and always remember that God's love for you is endless. Keep spreading kindness and positivity wherever you go. Thanks again, everyone. You're amazing, strong, and incredibly kind. No matter where you are or what you're up to, always keep the Summer-Winter channel close to your heart. Sending you endless love, love, love.